This is a May Jamison appreciation upload, okay? I was just scrolling through YouTube, just while I was scrolling, falling asleep, okay, because it's been a long day. I was also thinking about what I was going to share today. And I came across a Star Talk video, a vintage Star Talk video with Neil deGrasse Tyson and Chuck Nice. And it just immediately made me think about my origins of and my adoration for the cosmos. And Mae Jamison is a part of my foundation, okay? First thing that's part of my cosmos, my cosmic and love of the heavenly bodies adoration is, I'm not gonna smile on this part because it's about the vividly remembering watching the space shuttle Challenger exploding, and that just stayed with me. It was so memorable, and that is, I believe, what planted the seed for me wanting to know more about what it's like to go into outer space. Fast forward a little bit, seeing Mae Jamison amongst a sea of white folk, she just stood out to me. The same way Oprah stood out to me because she was one of the only black faces on TV at the time that she was on TV. Yeah, so Mae Jamison just stood out to me. Look how gorgeous she is. And look at this pose in outer space. So I did a little research on Mae Jamison. Let's see. She knew when she was young that she wanted to study science and go to outer space. She has a degree in chemical engineering. She also has a degree in African and African American studies. And she's also a physician. So in kindergarten, she told a teacher, and I'm going to tell a story that happened to me as well, which is why I knew I liked Mae Jamison for a reason. She told a teacher that she wanted to be a scientist. And the teacher, I guess, thought she said that she wanted to be a nurse. And I pulled this from Wikipedia, all of these facts from Wikipedia, or all of this information from Wikipedia. And so it didn't really give many details around that instance of this teacher thinking that. And so I'm just imagining that it had to be a white teacher. I'm imagining this teacher saying or thinking, this black girl is not going to be a scientist, but she could be a nurse because I know some black nurses. That's what I'm thinking she's saying. Anyway, so I remember at my home church when I was maybe 14 or 15. I don't know, I'm just throwing an age out there. I was young. And we used to have career nights at New York County Missionary Baptist Church at the corner of Shelby Drive and Tulane. And this one particular career night, I remember wearing like a lab coat because I was going as an astronomer, okay, an astronomer who studies the stars. And one lady, I know this lady's name, but she came up and she asked me, what you want to be when you grow up? And I said, an astronomer. And she said something about, you want to do that devil work? And so at the time, I'm young. I'm like, I didn't know studying the stars had anything to do with the devil. And so that kind of destroyed the whole, like, the seed just was taken out the ground and it was stumped on. Because I'm a Christian. I can't be doing no devil work. And so I didn't pick astronomy back up until I got of age where I asked my mom to buy me a telescope. And I think I was in high school at this time, maybe the end of middle school. And my mom was like, no, because at the time she probably thought telescopes cost a lot of money. And when I got my first job working at Grayson, I bought myself my own telescope, which I still have to this day. So yeah, just scrolling on YouTube and looking at that the thumbnail of Neil deGrasse Tyson and Chuck Nice and Star Talk just made me, think about, Mae Jamison and just how dope she is. How dope she was, the first black woman to go into outer space. And I did a little bit more reading on Wikipedia. Some of the things that she took on her mission to outer space, she took a poster, I believe, of Star Trek, because she was also inspired by, I believe, Lieutenant Uruhu on Star Trek. I cannot remember her name. Matter of fact, y'all, this is a tangent, but her family just won a $13 million lawsuit, a wrongful death lawsuit. And I think it's been kind of quiet, but this news was just released. It has something to do with the facility that she was staying in. Anyway, that was such a tangent. But yeah, she took the poster, and it was one other thing. And I remember the Wikipedia article also mentioned that she took a West African like statue because she studied African and African American studies. So Mae Jamison is dope. She's still living. I would like to meet her if I have the opportunity. I'm speaking that now, so I wouldn't be surprised if it happens one day. I gotta delete some stuff on my phone because that's why the video stopped. And then I went to the restroom and left my glasses back there, so I don't have no glasses on clearly. I was talking about going back to school. So yeah, when Justice was maybe like 2 years old, I was thinking about going back to school. And I didn't know quite what I wanted to study. Didn't have anything in mind. I was just like, why not go back to school? I didn't do it because I got a 5-year-old son now, and I cannot imagine going to school while that man 5 years old. I probably have to wait till he like 13 or 14 because he does many things. Okay. At the age of 5, he does many things. I ain't got time to go to school. Okay, I'm sleepy because this is like take 3, but I gotta get this story out. This latter part of this story. So wanted to go back to school, didn't know what I was gonna study, but I remember thinking like I wanted to be an astronaut, so why not? Let's go for it. And so I went to NASA's website. Come to find out, you need to have majored or you need to have a degree in an earth science, and it was some other, qualifications and preliminary stuff that had needed to be done before you could apply. And I went to University of Memphis website, and I was thinking, like, what really can I do? Because I'm not good at math. I know I'm not going to be no astrophysicist because me and math, And yeah, so geology was the next best thing. And I was actually accepted. Geology makes sense because I do enjoy and I'm fascinated and intrigued by the earth, like I mentioned before. So I had my meeting with the counselor, the teacher, I can't even think of the word, the professor, whatever, to pick my class. We picked my classes and my schedule and everything. And then I came back to reality. It was like, Kim, you got a 2-year-old. Man, what is you trying to do? So, long story short, love Mae Jamison. If I am to ever go back to school, I will still or would still pick up geology and study the earth. And maybe I'll move to another country and go digging for fossils. Bye-bye.